intersection continues southbound on University. And we do have, as we said earlier, we do have a number of police officers on the ground and a police helicopter up above there monitoring this situation. The chopper pilot and his, if he's got an observer with him at this hour of the day, we're not sure, but he's indicating or giving information to the ground units as to the direction of travel and what's up ahead. So police trying to get this vehicle to stop. And again, we want to put out our warning about this being live video, and we're just cautioning our viewers as we broadcast this live that it is unedited. We heard, just before we went on the air, we heard them say that the subject had bailed out in that neighborhood over there off of 47th Avenue, north of Sunrise Boulevard in that neighborhood. They took that person, and we believe they took that person into custody. So I think initially there may have been up to 4 people, and you see now that a very dangerous moves here up onto the curb. There's a pedestrian right there. It's going, the vehicle going right by that person that was walking on the sidewalk. It's all happening on University here. Joe, what's our next? Peters Road is our next intersection coming up here. We've got him turning. He's in the well, he was in the turn lane. Now he's just going straight ahead. And let me see if I can get you a approximate speed here. We're going to show you this here in just a second. Let's see, destination 9, source 7, and now we have the speedometer there. Once it calibrates, it'll tell you the speed of the vehicles that are in this pursuit. Right now, we're figuring they're doing, well, it's slowing down right now, down to 40-something miles an hour. It's jammed up right here. As you can see, he's trying to manipulate the vehicle through traffic there. We just tagged that Nissan right there. The copper-colored Nissan continues in the road. That indicates it's 595. Now up on the median. He's up on the median, and now back off the median and continuing southbound. Okay, we just crossed. We're crossing what, this 595 here. Hang on a second. See where we come out. And making an east on State Road 84. So this black pickup truck. There's a police helicopter that we were talking about a little earlier going through your shot right now. But we're going to continue to monitor this for you. We've got the road indicators up there on the road. We're going to drop those just for a second, get them out of your view there. But you can see the speedometer indicating the rate of speed there. That's like 62, 63 miles an hour. As this pursuit now comes up on possibly the 20-minute mark there. There's a police officer's vehicle there. That's one of the units that's following this vehicle. Right now, we believe they're getting on 595. We believe there are at least 2 people, 2 subjects still in that vehicle refusing to stop for police as it travels eastbound here. Joe, we have any traffic? Anybody else coming up yet? Okay. Okay, we've got the police car and the SUV. There's those 2 vehicles there. Eastbound, 595 coming just up on the turnpike entrance here. We'll see if they're going to get on the turnpike or if they're going to continue eastbound. See other traffic in the area. You can see how fast they're moving right there. And for folks just tuning in right now, this is live pictures from 7 Skyforce. We are in the Broward area here of 595. And we're just passing the coming up on the turnpike there. We have police officers that refuse to stop for them. There's at least the driver here possibly wanted for battery on a police officer. They continue to elude police here now, going on roughly 20 minutes time. It started, the information we've gathered is that it started somewhere in the area of I-95 and Sterling Road. The vehicle was in that area when something was thrown from the vehicle. We believe it might have been a weapon of some kind. We're trying to develop more information on that, but right now police do want this vehicle stopped. They have followed. We've seen it involved in at least 1 accident. We witnessed 1 person bail out, and our pilot here, Joe Mancino, assured me that he saw police officers jump out of the vehicle. As we stayed with the camera trained on the car, on this vehicle, the person that jumped out was taken into police custody. We're still on State Road 84, and this is eastbound here. Coming up on our next would be going to be going on the exit to southbound 441. You see the police officer's vehicle with the lights flashing there behind it, following very, very closely here as it turns to go southbound on the turnpike. I'm sorry, on 441. Okay. Okay. Well, obviously, yeah. If you're down in traffic and you see a bunch of blue lights coming up in your rear view mirror, you're going to be going through intersections in this area. Obviously, even if you have a green light, just double check the crossroads and make sure that it's safe to cross that way. Again, for folks who are just turning in, police in Broward County pursuing a vehicle. That black pickup truck you see there in the center of the traffic. Now it's southbound. This is 441, right, Joe? Yeah, right. And we're in the area of the where the aircraft land here for Fort Lauderdale Airport. So we're going to be expediting across this runway. So you'll be seeing the camera angle change here as we actually probably get ahead of this vehicle, unless it speeds up a little bit more. We're going to drop the speedometer back in there again. You can see right now as we zoom in on that car that the speedometer will calibrate a little bit better there, and you'll get the actual speed. Let's see if it kicks back up here once we get going. But because we're anytime we change directions, it's slowing down right here. It's going to go right underneath us, Joe, on Sterling Road. Exited on Sterling Road. I'm sorry, Griffin, on Griffin Road, I'm being told now. Okay, I'm being told now that it's not Griffin, it's Orange Drive, and it's going right here back into a. Okay, it's been tagged right there. You see the officers have hit that vehicle. Now they struck a second vehicle. You're going to see the officers get drawn, telling the driver to get down on the ground. Get down on the ground. If we slide off to the east just a little bit when you can, Joe. All right, we've got 2 people on the ground. You are wherever you can go, whatever you got to do. All right, we're negotiating here. We've got a K9 officer here with his weapons drawn off. Okay. We're being told that by the tower that we do have to clear the area because we do have landing aircraft, but we're going to hold the shot here as we back out. Okay. Do what you have to do, Joe. Okay. We're just moving south of the runway here, but it looks like they have 2 people in custody here. You can see all the police officers that were involved in this pursuit here. 2 people taken into custody right there. I'm sorry about the picture angle, but because we have a jet landing right behind us, we just have to move out of the way. Okay, we're going to have some, that's the skid from the helicopter in the way right there. Sorry about that. And now we're going to zoom back in here a little bit if we can. You might get to see somebody being put in the back of a police car here, but we do have 2 people in custody. Okay, right there. All right, we're being allowed to get back into that area, but you see somebody over here running, probably just out of the way there. Heard the lights and siren. Oh, so right off of Orange Drive and State Road 7 is where this came to a completion. There is still somebody on the ground there. That's one of the people that they took into custody there. You can see the officers there looking over the top of the tree there. We'll hopefully get a shot here in just a second. Yeah, they're going to get the guy to stand up. There he is, bald head or shaved head right there, being walked toward a police vehicle there. It's okay, Joe. We're good. Labor-intensive work up here sometimes, and we're doing the best we can with the situation. But we do know that we saw the police officer do what's called a pit move, and that's where he spins the car out. You see the guy now being placed in the back of the police car. That's the driver. That's the guy that jumped out of the driver's side of that vehicle after it was intercepted, for lack of a better term, by the police department there. And both of the 2 guys got out, were laying on the ground, taken into custody. So that's what we have for you here in 7 Skyforce. Yes, that person was on University in the area, just a little bit south of Cleary Boulevard there. That person was the one that was hanging out of the back of the vehicle. We showed you video that when we first got here. Our chopper was first on the scene here, and we saw him waving his hands at police officers, and some people might interpret it as a form of surrender. It looked like he might have been an Only the one accident that we saw, we were monitoring the call as we were launched from North Perry, and we did not hear them indicate any other accidents there, but we did hear them say that there was the reason they wanted them to stop was because of a battery on a police officer, battery on what they call a LEO, a law enforcement officer. So that was the initial call that we heard that got us to launch, and then of course the live pictures there that you saw of that pursuit, the accident, the guy bailing out, the bag in the back of the pickup truck, the pickup truck being tagged from the side so that it spun out there, and then the two guys being taken into custody. No, yeah, that's all evidentiary now. They won't touch anything in the truck until they get their crime scene folks out here to take a look. And of course, I'm sure that because it crossed a couple of different jurisdictions, it's going to they have to determine exactly who's going to be taking the lead in the case. Okay. Okay. Yeah, our Churchill system indicated at one point, I think the speedometer, we didn't have it up the entire time, we don't do that, but we did at one point we saw the speeds of around 70, 71 miles an hour in that neighborhood of Lauder Hill. I believe it's Lauder Hill, yeah, there, 47th Avenue, just east of the Turnpike, north of Sunrise Boulevard. So they were flying around. You can see right now that when we kept seeing the vehicle kind of swerve when it, I'm sorry, say again? Oh, I'm being told to wrap it up. So anyway, we've got 2 people in custody here, another one taken into custody up there on University, and one minor accident. Officers continue to investigate. That's our story here in Skyforce HD. I'm Ralph Raven reporting live. All right. Yeah. Okay.